not just showing the dresses and things like that, but just bringing your life in so that can people know about yourself.
Just doing dresses, just showing styling videos, just showing people wear it in TikTok and in terms of content. Honestly, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, it doesn't work. You have to bring relatability into it. You have to make it fun. You have to keep things interested because that's what everyone else does.
I'm Shuvo, and I try to analyze what helps an e-commerce store grow. I talk with store owners about their ideal customer profile, value proposition, go-to-market strategies, mistakes, and challenges so that you can learn and not make similar mistakes while you grow. In today's episode, we have Zain, the founder of DEFCLO. Zain brought in cloud kitchen model in the conventional fashion e-commerce industry. He partnered up with individuals or influencers to help them build a fashion brand, where they would take over the demand generation and Zain would handle the operations. Their current model focuses more on upscale customers, and they have worked with different brand owners to grow. Today, we'll learn how DEFCLO grew.
So we started DEFCLO around 2020, December, and the project was in works for a while, but due to COVID and some external issues, we had to keep pushing it. At one point, we realized we can't keep pushing it. We don't know when COVID will be completely fixed. So in 2020, December, we decided now is the time to completely launch.
Got it. So tell us a little bit about DEFCLO. What's about it and how did you get started?
So DEFCLO, we're an online retailer. What we do is we work with talented individuals, community leaders, influencers, basically anyone who wants to start their own clothing brand. And we help them from A to Z of whatever is needed to start a clothing brand. And we retail them on our website, defclo.com, and we also retail them on our social media sites.
That's interesting. So it's sort of a cloud kitchen model, but for retail fashion.
Exactly. That's exactly what we are.
So how did you come up with the idea?
So originally, that will be a long story, but so originally what we do is when I was 7-8 years ago, when I was studying in UK, a lot of people came up to me when they wanted to get their clothes manufactured from Bangladesh and they needed context. I wasn't in the industry. I had no idea, but they knew I was from Bangladesh. So I started contacting people. My brother and we started contacting people. We started looking at this and then realized there's so many brands, small e-commerce based or small offline brands, boutique brands, which need the support. So we started helping them scale, and we became their investors and we became their manufacturing partners. They're partners in the business. And that's how we got into the fashion industry, and that's what we've been doing. But I studied computer science, and because of that and my interest in technology, one other aspect of the business at the time I realized was there are some offline brands and these boutique brands, they need to go e-commerce. That is the next big thing. So I started helping them develop their own e-commerce websites, running their whole fulfillment, warehouse management, inventory management, everything required, A to Z of that aspect as well for an online business. When I started doing both the fashion side and the e-commerce side, it became really important for their growth. And that's what I started becoming an expert in, basically. And then one point I realized I should do something in Bangladesh. And I knew where my expertise are. These stuff are my expertise, the back-end processing, these are my expertise. So I realized that I should be working with talented individuals, like I said, influencers, who are better at marketing, who are better at understanding the market as well. So I started helping them start their own clothing brand. And so I started going up to everyone of these people, here, this is idea, this is my portfolio, these are the type of clothes I can do, I work with. What do you think? Got rejected by loads. But in the end, some agreed, some said, yes, it's a great idea. I always wanted to start a clothing brand. And that's how we started with DEFCLO, really.
That's really interesting. So you started back in December 2020, right?
Right.
So how you guys are growing right now?
Let's say in terms of our team. When we started, it was just me. And we had a junior designer just fresh from university who was helping me build the collections with all our collaborators, basically. And apart from that, it was just me who built our e-commerce site, running our social medias, making feed plan, doing warehouse management, fulfillment, everything top to bottom there. I was handling it myself, while the designer was helping me with creating the collection for the collaborator. So from then to now, we now have a great team for our whole marketing, social media, everything that's required. We now have a whole team of people in that aspect. In terms of our products, we only started with one brand and three to four SKUs. Right now, we have about 6, with 4 more to come this year. And now we have over 100 SKUs, really. So in terms of that, our product-wise, everything increased. Our orders by month are increasing, of course. Somewhere around 20 to 30%. They're obviously slow months. Slow months come from the fact that we've only been a year. So there are months where we don't have a collection launch, or some products are out of stock and stuff like that happens. I mean, these are the journey you go through when you're starting the business, of course. But in general, apart from that, we're constantly going up and up in terms of orders, of course.
Yep, makes sense. So in terms of your marketing strategies, so I can assume that you have been working with influencers a lot. So yes. What are the other areas, or maybe what are the tactics when you are working with influencers that really worked with you guys?
So working with, obviously, every influencer that we work with, right now we have about 4 to 5 influencers and more to come. So what the influencers we have, everyone has their own theme. You'll notice that obviously an influencer has their own niche. And what we did is, based on the niche and theme, their whole collection and clothing brand is based on that. So you'll see if someone is more about the elegant jumpsuits and dresses, Bisa loves, that's what it's based on. Everyone else has their niche. So we understood that these are all, at the end of the day, these are all different markets. So that's the whole clothing brand, and that's the whole collection we've based on, of course. And they're 100%, they have followers, they have people who are inspired by them. And it's having our own collection, it's the best way for them to be able to portray that for their followers, or for the people out there, to be inspired by them and, just follow them around. So that's one. And one other thing we also concentrated a lot on is content creation. We're constantly working on new contents. I have to really credit my marketing manager on this and my marketing team, where basically every day we sit and just like brainstorm what new content can we do, because like content is now king. Everyone knows this with TikTok, Bigo, all these social media sites getting bigger and bigger, and Instagram even jumping to the wagon. You know that content is everything now. So we're constantly coming up with new contents to do to keep customers and keep around us interested, to keep people like knowing what we're going to do next and everything. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And of course, one thing that we heavily invested on now is TikTok. TikTok is the next gen big thing. I 100% believe in this. If you compare us to other brands out there who probably have 100,000, 200,000 followers and likes on Instagram, Facebook, and they've been active for years, they're bigger brands than us. I'm not disillusioned by this, but we're doing much better than them in our TikTok. On average, we do get about 6,000, 5,000 to 6,000 views. Our engagement is quite high. Recently, we did a video which hit about 38,000 views. We have a decent amount of followers for a start, where we had which is about 1 month, 2 months ago we started this TikTok thing. And we're regularly getting engagement. And I've noticed when I've compared it to other brands that they are honestly struggling in that sense of getting the right views and everything. So we are really working hard to keep with the trend of this TikTok and what to do, what always to do. We always keep coming up with new content and creating new things just to push that idea.
Makes sense. So as you are creating contents a lot and thinking about contents a lot, can you give us 1 or 2 content example that really kick things off for you?
So stuff like, so one thing that we did recently was, let's say we did TikTok basically recently of our whole process of how hard we work from top to bottom of how clothes is made and how much stressful it is. People like seeing that because it's a fun thing. Or online businesses, there are people who understand that the frustration that can come from our side as a business owner. For example, let's say we have a coat, like a winter coat, which was being retailed for 3,500 taka, let's say. So a customer would ask, "Hi, can I know the price of this retail coat?" We would say, "Yeah, thank you for coming. The price is 3,500 taka." And the customer would "I'll give you 1,200 taka," and stuff like that. So And then we transition into like it disappearing. It's like a thing. Oh, we're out. Okay, this is not gonna work. Stuff like that. So like these sort of things, people understand it. People find it very relatable. So we always make like relatable content which people can understand and really main idea is you need to be able to understand it once you see it. So and that's what we do.
So not just showing the dresses and things like that, but just bringing your life in so that people know about
exactly.
yourself.
Just doing dresses, just showing styling videos, just showing people wear it in TikTok and in terms of content. Honestly, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, it doesn't work. You have to bring relatability into it. You have to make it fun. You have to keep things interested because that's what everyone else does. Everyone else does just styling videos and shows, oh, they're modeling the clothes. That gets boring.
So in your opinion, so there are lots of fashion retails in Bangladesh. So in your opinion, how you guys are going to stand out between this crowd?
I mean, I can honestly say for a few things. For example, in terms of online retail, of course, I would say our designs and our product quality. Our product quality is very good. It's quite international quality, I will say. In terms of our designs, I do genuinely believe our designs are much more unique when you compare it to others. There's a different market of tailoring and stuff, but in terms of ready-made clothes that you can get delivered on the day, and that's what we do, like on the day, the next day, immediate delivery. In terms of that, our clothes are quite unique if you just look at them. And we also do stuff like, we also make sure our quantity is limited. But we have many more designs. What does that do? I genuinely believe in the fact that fashion should be unique and it should be about you. So in that sense, we make sure that if you buy a product, you don't want me to also buy the product. You don't want to be sitting in the interview us wearing the same clothes. That's not the thing, right?
Unless this is my Alice t-shirt.
True. True. Should have given me a t-shirt. But yeah, 100%. In terms of that, we want to keep uniqueness.
Yeah.
So we base on that. And a few other things. For example, our customer-centric service. Every business, online business especially, should be customer-centric. And it's surprising that differentiates you is because in Bangladesh, I think one of the biggest reasons people are scared to buy online is because of the lack of flexibility or the distrust that comes from consumers when it comes to the return policy, exchange policy, refund policy. Sometimes for them, it's non-existent. For most businesses, honestly, it's non-existent. For us, at least, we are not disillusioned by the fact that our products are, we don't think they're affordable. We're not going to say this. They're a bit higher end. And we know that if you are spending the money, you deserve that. You should know that, oh, if I'm ordering something, oh, it's not my size. You should be able to exchange it within 2-3 days. Oh, it's just not, I just don't like it. Like, you should be able to return and get a refund immediately. Yep. These sort of things are very important. If you want a product delivered to you today, you should be able to get it today. Amazing. These things are very important, and I think these are missing from a lot of online businesses, and that's what we do provide, of course.
All right. So in terms of sales channels, in Bangladesh, we have seen a lot of people are using socials as their major sales channels. Right. Like, as people are leaving social media, they normally come to your maybe Instagram or Facebook and you start asking for product from there. So in your scenario, what's the ratio of people buying from your social channels and buying from your e-commerce?
So I can only speak for obviously because we've just been over a year. And now from the start of the year to now, right now we're at 50-50, 100%, we're at 50-50. Because, and I think COVID, the situation that we had, I think it did change a bit of our online purchasing culture, where people now do understand that, you know what, there are trustworthy online businesses out there. And I think that has brought up a massive change. So that's why, that's why we are working a bit on SEO and stuff like that. That change has been important. So yeah, 50-50 for now.
You don't have any retail channel yet, right?
No, we don't have anything offline. Everything's online. I do genuinely heavily, I can talk to you more about this, but I can genuinely heavily believe on the future of e-commerce. I mean, right now, if you look at like countries like UK and whatever, big offline retail, big like stores are being closed down because of the booming market of e-commerce. I feel like that is 100% going to be a thing soon for Bangladesh. Not like they're going to be closed down, but I think e-commerce will get much bigger than it is right now.
Yep.
And the only way to do this is by creating a trust for the customers. Like, for example, if you just do size trial, people just get so much, oh my God, okay, I can get something if I just trial my clothes. I know what size I am. So stuff like that, little things, just these little things can gain the trust from the customers, return policy, exchange policy, and everything. And this way, e-commerce business will keep growing.
100%. So let's say in terms of challenges to your growth, because you have been there not just a little bit more than a year right now. So you have a lot of growing to do in the coming year. So in terms of growth, what are the major challenges that you are seeing in coming days?
In terms of major challenges, like for example, we do understand, we're not disillusioned by this. We do understand that our product categories are quite upscale, high-end. It's not, and we do know that we are going to be needing to add more product categories and in different price categories, 100%. And that's what we're doing. In the next 2 years, if you ask me what I plan to do, in the next 2 years or so, I want to bring in a lot more products. I want to make it into things so that, say you want a t-shirt, you want a basic t-shirt. A basic t-shirt is not now available on DEFCLO. It's not there. But I want to be able to, so that people, if want a basic thing, if people want for different price categories, they should be able to, first thing they should come to their mind is, oh, let me check out if it's available on DEFCLO. I want to add that. And that's the major challenge, to bringing in enough product categories in different price categories. And because of the country we live in, and because of like the availability of like really cheap clothes and affordable clothes around, and I don't want to get into that. I want to have like high, obviously, I think for everyone wants to say they want to have high quality products only. I want to make sure I want to have the best quality, but at the same time, I want people to be able to feel like, you know what, it's worth spending this.
Which means there are more operational challenges, like you have to spin off new categories, but you have to also quality control.
100%.
Makes sense. So yeah, I think just let us know what's your plan for the future and what should people expect from DEFCLO in the coming days, and maybe what's your vision with this company with next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, so that's like what I said. So basically, right now, immediate future, I can say we now have 4 new brands coming in, and we're gonna constantly coming up with new collaborations and new brands. We just recently, I had to take permission from her if I should say this, but I recently signed a deal with Riddhi Sheikh, and we're going to be starting her own clothing brand and retailing that on our website and on DEFCLO, which is at the end of May. We'll be launching that. We have a few more other brands coming in. In 5 to 10 years, that is the dream. The dream is I want to have every product category necessary for people and every price range. People should be like, if you want a very higher end shirts, you should be able to get it. If you want like a much more affordable basic shirt, you should be able to get it. People should think, if you want accessories, they should be like, good, let's check out DEFCLO. I should have, in terms of fashion solutions, there have been some mistakes among some companies who've just literally, they were just selling fashion. They felt like, oh, it's not working, it's not sustainable. Then they started just selling cat food and stuff. This stuff has happened. So to make it sustainable and to make sure it's there, you have to concentrate on one industry. And for me, it's the fashion industry, the fashion business. So I 100% want to make it into a thing so that if anyone has any fashion requirements when it comes to like clothes, accessories, shoes even, they should just come to DEFCLO for that.
Makes sense. So yep, thank you, Zain. We believe you can grow beyond your limit.
All right, thank you so much.
That's all for today. If you have learned something new, subscribe to the podcast so that you can keep learning and avoiding mistakes. Join our Facebook group and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'll put the links in the description box. See you in the next episode of eCommerce Growth.